Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427's to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess if you have actually been kept up to date with most of my recent posts that I've actually put up some time ago, yeah, right around pretty much the past weekend, part of it was actually spent helping out with my guys at Area 51 for free RPG Fest, to which, to any of you who have actually saw me there, thank you so much. It really does mean a whole lot. So I guess in regards to this latest thoughts video, looks like it's back to basics in catching the newest release on the big screen for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess given to the last thoughts video that I did, well, I think it's about time that we shift gears back over to Warner Brothers as we speak. But this time around, I think it's time that we once again talk about a little something from DC once again. Yeah, I think that will get you the idea, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything in regards to today's thoughts video, I think it's time that we continue looking over on what DC has got with the newly renovated DC universe for sure. So yeah. And I guess for what it is, ever since pretty much last year when I did my thoughts video on of course, James Gunn's Superman for sure, I was actually quite curious to see on pretty much on what the new DC Cinematic Universe will actually have to offer for sure, and see if their next movie will actually be as good as what we got for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can see, of course, that front. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I was hoping for ever since the release of James Gunn's Superman that we got last year, to which, if you want to know my full-on thoughts on that said film, then go watch my thoughts video that I did almost a year ago. That would get you the idea. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, I guess pretty much for what it is, I'm actually quite curious to see on what they'll have to offer for the DC Universe's next movie for sure. So yeah, and it looks like we actually got an interesting one for sure, because, well, speaking about what I said about Superman, I think this latest movie that I would actually talk about might actually revolve around, like, say, his cousin. Yeah, I think that will get you the idea, of course, of what I'm going for, hands down. So yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, I think it's time that we continue looking over on what the DC Universe has actually given to us with the next movie that they've just released as of recently, that I actually got the chance to see, which is none other than Supergirl. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Not only is this the latest film that just came out not too long ago, and of course, the second entry in, of course, the DC Universe as we speak, but it's also based around, ironically enough, the character that goes by the same name for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, well, I guess before going into this latest movie, I think it makes sense to brush myself up on, of course, my knowledge on Supergirl. Now, I guess pretty much of anything, unlike other DC superheroes that I know of for sure, Supergirl, I think I probably know bits and pieces of for sure, but not fully all the way, but I do know she actually does play a part in the lore of course, Superman for sure, hence why I did say that she's basically Superman's cousin, hands down, so that will get you the idea, of course, pretty much on what she's like in the DC universe for sure. So I guess, pretty much of anything, she has actually popped up in several different incarnations and different versions of the well-known DC superheroes that usually pop up here and there for sure. So yeah, definitely one of those characters that I wouldn't find myself getting hooked on all the way, but I do think there is a lot of clever possibilities for sure, especially with several different incarnations that she was in pretty much prior to this one for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess given to how well pretty much the Superman movie that we got last year for sure, leaving the door open for, of course, for some really interesting new entries, and of course in DC's new cinematic universe. I'm actually quite curious to see on how her new movie will actually go for sure, as it really does pique my interest given to what I've seen in the trailers for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yes, I guess as expected, I did manage to get myself in to go and see this movie for myself. All thanks to everyone at Crown City Cinemas, as always. To which, yeah, by the way, before going into my full-on thoughts, of course, this movie, believe it or not, pretty much my local movie theater, Crown City Cinemas, is currently having their pretty much their Summer Summit Challenge as we speak for sure, where of course as implied by the rules, it actually says it requires you to see 8 movies, 4 required viewings, and 4 of your choice between pretty much between May 28th last month all the way until August 31st to complete, with only 1 stamp per visit, each person having their own card. Of course, this is where it really comes into play, with, of course, the first 50 people to complete the entire card gets an invite to an exclusive showing that we'll definitely see later on. And believe it or not, pretty much, if you actually reach 4 movies, pretty much to see over there, you would actually win pretty much an exclusive enamel pin, to which, yeah, surprisingly enough, I did exactly that, as you can see here. So yeah, was really lucky to actually pick this one up pretty much while I was there for sure, and I'm not gonna lie, it is actually a really great pin for sure, and of course, according to the back of the card, it actually does have pretty much the 8 stamps for you to collect 4 of the movies that pretty much they require you to go see, while including 4 of your choice for sure. So yeah, and I guess from the looks of it, I'm already about halfway there towards completing the whole thing for sure. So yeah, really can't wait to pretty much complete this entire challenge for sure. So yeah, oh, yeah, might have dropped it, but yeah, I think I'm only halfway through completing the challenge, but I'm really glad that I got that enamel pin for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, already got that out of the way. So anyways, on to what I thought of Supergirl for sure. So So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I did manage to go and see this movie for myself, and I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this one now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I think I will say, I guess for what it is, this movie is not bad from what I can gather, nor can I say it's god-awful, but at the same time, it's really not that good either, for sure. I think I'm kind of pretty much a mixed bag, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, I really don't think this movie is great, but I can't say it's terrible either. I think it is, of course, just okay for what it is. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I thought of this this movie in a nutshell. I kind of thought it's a little eh. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, I guess now that I got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters, is of course the story, and well, I think from what I can gather, the story for, of course, this one, well, I guess pretty much of anything, I do think it is structured out kind of decently for sure. Like, of course, there are some good ideas that they actually put together, but at the same time, I just kind of felt a little lost, of course, pretty much on what goes on for sure. Like, I'm not really following through, of course, pretty much on what goes on for sure, and I am beginning to wonder myself, am I watching a Supergirl movie based on this alone? I mean, it's really not flying per se for sure. Like, I'm not really that invested in, of course, all of it. So yeah. But again, I think there are parts in this where, of course, there are parts in the story that I do think I could follow through just fine, and I wish I would have actually seen more of that hands down. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. Now, as for the writing, I have to say, well, that too alone is another thing I probably should mention for sure, where, of course, again, it does have some good ideas that are actually crafted out quite well for sure, but at the same time, it just comes across as being way too sloppy for sure, and yeah, I think it could have pretty much used a little rewrite here and there to really try to make it all the more gripping for sure, like something I would actually hook on to for sure. So yeah, I can't say it's by all means awful for sure, but I think it could have used a little retooling and reworking here and there for sure. And not to mention the few bits of pieces where, of course, they're supposed to add in comedy for sure. Well, I think pretty much for what it is, I think with what they actually got provided, I never actually got a huge laugh out of course, the good number of jokes and gags that they actually did for sure, that really didn't gravitate me towards this one all the way. So yeah. Again, I think it could have used a little reworking here and there for sure, but that's just what I think in a nutshell, hands down. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for the story, the writing, and the comedy for sure. Yeah, I think I guess for the sake of the story and the writing, it does have some good ideas, yes. But I really don't think they're actually executing properly to really get a real gripping story that really has the charm and likability of Supergirl for sure. And again, the comedy, I will have to say, just really doesn't really gravitate me all the way to get me a huge laugh for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I actually got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure, to which next up is, of course, the characters, and, well, I think from what I've actually seen by far, the characters in, of course, this movie, well, I think they are done pretty decently, hands down for sure, has, of course, they're actually given some fine development from what I've actually seen to really try their best to make them likable and interesting from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, not really enough to make them more gripping or engaging all the way, just kind of half and half for sure. Like, they're not bad characters, I just wish they could have been giving a bit more development for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, now as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, well, I will give the movie credit for one thing out of quite a few that I will probably mention later on, is that, well, I really do think the actors that play all these characters, I really do think they actually did give off some pretty good performances, despite pretty much the weak material that they had to work around with for sure. I really don't know why. I just really felt they really have a lot going for to really make them good characters for sure. And I will give them credit for the amount of effort they decide to try and do for their performances for sure. Like, of course, a couple of standouts to me is that Millie Alcock, I will say, actually makes a really great Supergirl, and she actually portrayed the role quite well, hands down. I'm always intrigued with, of course, with the way she really has a lot going for, and I really do feel the amount of commitment she actually did portraying that role quite well. Every single one of them, from what I've actually seen, is that she really inserts her dominance quite well. You know she's not bullshitting around for sure, so yeah, I guess for what it is, I really do think Millie Alcock really did an impressive job playing Supergirl for sure. And another massive standout I will give credit for is that Jason Momoa as Lobo, I really do think is actually really quite nice for sure. I really do applaud his performance all the way, just having this really nice cocky attitude that he actually gave to a Lobo really is actually quite impressive, and I really do applaud his commitment all the way. Certainly a massive step up since after he previously played Aquaman in the last DC Cinematic Universe for sure. So yeah. So I guess for what it is, those are just to name me a few for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, and yeah, I do give them credit for giving off good performances all the way. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. I really do think the actors definitely pulled off some pretty good performances despite the weak material given to them for sure. Well, I guess for the characters, well, they did try their best for sure. I just wish they could have been giving a lot better development, at least in my opinion, for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, now that I actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot, actually. I guess seeing how it is a superhero movie for sure, I should definitely talk about the action for sure. Yeah, and I will say the action in this movie, yeah, again, I will give credit for is that it's actually pretty darn good from what I've actually seen, hands down, and yeah, I will admit some fight scenes from what I can gather, I wish we could have seen more of hands down, but I really do think they are actually planned out quite well, and I was somehow engaged with what they actually did from what I can gather. So So yeah, could have been a little bit better than what I was expecting for sure, but I really do think it is actually quite nicely done from what I can gather. So yeah, and of course the production designing, of course, this movie, well, I'm kind of half and half. Of course, this one for sure. I can't say the production design is bad or anything, but I really don't think it's terrible either. Of course, I really do think, pretty much, on the one hand, I really do applaud the really nice location scouting and set pieces that they had to put together for sure to really get you pretty much into, of course, what this movie is actually giving to us, and I really do think it is actually quite nicely done for sure. It really is actually quite nice from what I've actually seen. So yeah, that's at least what I can say for the of course the location scouting and the set designs that they actually did. While the visuals and the effects, I will have to say, well, I think some of them are done fine, but others I just kind of felt could have used a little reworking here and there for sure. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably what I could say, of course, that front, hands down. For the visuals and the effects, they're not bad per se. I'm just not really convinced anything or any place in particular that would fit in with the characters' surroundings is all the more convincing from what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say for the production design for, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, and of course, the direction in this film from the film's director, well, I think I am a little half and half on, of course, this one. Don't get me wrong, I really do think, pretty much, I do think the film's director has actually done some stronger work for sure in the past, but personally, I guess pretty much from what I've actually seen for sure, I guess there are some parts of it that I do think are actually quite nice, but I just kind of wish there could have been a little bit more effort into the film's direction for sure, but at least that's on my part all the way. So yeah, and of course the cinematography in this film, again, I will give credit for is that I really do think the cinematography in this film is actually pretty good, with some really good camera shots that they actually planned out to really get yourself in, of course, on what he actually has provided for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I could say, of course, that front for sure. And as for the editing, I have to say, well, I think it is kind of decently for sure, with some cuts that actually do work, while others could have used a little reworking all the way, and I'm just not fully convinced it actually fits in well with, of course, the idea of a Supergirl movie for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And even the pacing, I will have to say, is kind of a little hard for me to follow from what I can gather. I mean, like I said, it's not bad per se, but I just don't think it really flows out quite well. I'm not really convinced that this is actually the kind of pacing I would expect for a Supergirl movie for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess given to those factors alone, I think that will get you the idea, of course, what I thought of this movie as a whole. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, well, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, I guess pretty much overall, I really don't think this movie is by all means terrible, let alone by all means god-awful for sure. It's just not really that pretty much engaging in my opinion, or even that interesting for sure. I guess pretty much for what it is, Supergirl, yeah, this movie, Supergirl as a whole, I think is, of course, on the category of being just okay, for sure. Like, of course, you want to see, pretty much, the, acting be okay, you want to see the, pretty much, part of the, production and design be okay, you want to see, pretty much, the action be okay. That's what you're gonna get, an okay movie, and yeah, I guess pretty much for what it is, some parts in this movie I really do think actually work quite well, while others I just kind of felt really doesn't flow out for sure, and just really didn't get me pretty much fully convinced it's that great. In fact, a good chunk of that is of course sometimes pretty much a little underwhelming, but a bit of a letdown for sure. So yeah. But either way, I guess pretty much on my part for sure. I know from what I've actually seen, I was expecting the second film in the DC DC universe to probably give us something great for sure. But what we got instead is kind of half and half from what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's just me talking for sure. So yeah. And I guess I know for Supergirl in general, I have nothing against her for sure. In fact, she's been in multiple other incarnations in the past for sure, some of which are actually pretty good. But I guess for the sake of this movie as a whole, well, it did try its best from what I could gather, but it's not fully enough to really get me hooked on with, of course, what it has going for sure. So yeah. So I guess for what it is, I can't say pretty much this movie is by all means a great one for sure. Yeah, and like I said, I really don't think it's that terrible either. I think it's kind of underwhelming from what I can gather. But hey, maybe it's just me talking for sure, so I guess if that's something that you might actually get into for sure and want to see Supergirl pretty much done well for sure, then you might like it, hands down. But for me, I was expecting a little better for DC's second movie in their new cinematic universe for sure, so yeah. So yeah, I can't say this movie is by all means great, nor can I say it's terrible either. But I think it suffices to say that I do think Supergirl is in fact super meh. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yeah, I guess pretty much for what it is, and given to what I thought of alone, I'm gonna give this movie a 5.5 out of 10 for sure. Like I said, I can't say this movie is pretty much absolutely great for sure, but it's not terrible either. It's just, I'm just kind of half and half, of course, on this one, and it is kind of underwhelming than what I was hoping for sure. So yeah. So yeah, I guess pretty much for what it is, I'm sure you might like it fine, and if you actually do, more power to you, hands down. So yeah, but I guess for me, I guess for what it is, it's fine for what it is. Not good, not bad, just fine for sure. So yeah, and if that is something you're actually looking into, give this one a watch, hands down. I say it's worth a couple of hours of your time for sure. So yeah, but I guess for me, hopefully I think with the next movie, the DC universe will actually give us for sure. Who knows? Maybe it might be a little better, hands down, because hey, as the old saying goes, nowhere to go but up, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. Alright. Alrighty then, well, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I'll now turn it over to you guys. What do you think of Supergirl if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it and think it's a pretty much an absolute masterpiece, hands down, that you think is being overlooked for sure, or not really appreciating as we thought it would be? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it absolutely deserves the brunt of pretty much the critics' wrath for sure, who actually prefers Superman a whole lot more? But I digress. Or are you like me and you're somewhere in between, of course, this one, where of course it's not good, not bad, just passable for what it is? So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I'm quite curious to see what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, now that a good chunk of movies for June has already come and gone for sure, I think it's about time that we actually start thinking about some of the movies coming out this July that we're actually going to be looking forward to, and well, looks like some of them are actually going to be good, while others kind of a little 50-50 for sure. So let's see, well, I guess pretty much according to the back of my card, I guess for some movies we're going to be getting in July. Let's see, we got Spider-Man Brand New Day that's going to be coming up at the end of the month, so I think I might have strong hopes for that. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, Illumination is going to be releasing another Minions movie. And yeah, let's see, I guess it looks like we'll be going back to hating Disney for sure, with, of course, the live-action remake of Moana that's going to be coming up. Don't know about you, but I'm not looking forward to that either, so... And I know a lot of you guys say that I should probably skip out, of course, this one. But as someone who actually likes reviewing movies, I really don't think I should, so we'll see how it'll go. But, of course, on the bright spot, pretty much to combat that, I guess in between that and Spider-Man, let's see, we're going to be getting a new Christopher Nolan movie. So there's that, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to be in for the month of July in terms of movies, but I'll be sure to let you guys know on what I thought of them once I get around to them. And oh yeah, speaking of which, yeah, be on the lookout for, of course, pretty much on my 400 thoughts video that'll be coming up very soon, because let me tell you, we've really got some big plans for we got hands out, and well, if you have followed the post tab, of course, on my YouTube channel, I did put up a little poll on what you guys want me to talk about for my 400th thoughts video, and well, from the looks of it, seeing how the end of the month is going to be inching closer for sure, I think we might actually reveal the winner for sure, which you'll definitely see later on. So yeah, but I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamAttack4427's, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackleyattack4427's@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.